Now the next one is Codes and Secrets in a Forgotten Minecraft version. Please don't tell me it's an horror story again.
Mojang releases a version of Minecraft unlike any other.
Okay.
Contained within is a virtually infinite number of dimensions. By throwing a book into another portal, it creates a link to a new world based on the text.
Ooh!
There's a huge variety of possibilities.
Is that possible?
Order, chaos, beauty, ugliness, simplicity, and complexity.
Ooh.
It is easy to get immersed in the boundless spaces, the realm of unlimited possibilities. However, the 20W14 Infinite update has another side to it, one that's not immediately obvious. Beneath the surface is a plethora of oddities, unexplainable elements, and secret codes. Most of these are unknown to the average Minecraft player, but the few who look more deeply will find that their efforts are rewarded. There is far more to uncover than it seems.
Okay, this was something real, or is something...
In the very beginning, there are some subtle hints that there's more to this version than meets the eye. One of the first clues can be found by loading a world in creative mode. When we open the inventory, we'll discover that the items have been mysteriously shuffled, no longer in the logical order found in the base game.
Yeah, I guess.
While minor, suggests
it's kind of weird.
Perhaps we need to take a closer look at this list. Scrolling through, we'll notice that there are a couple of blocks that are unique to this version, not found in the base game.
Okay, which ones?
Humorous in nature. The swaggiest stairs ever are stairs made out of a netherite block, perhaps an expensive flex for a late-game world.
Slay.
Another new block is called the Cursor. It is a regular cube that changes color every second, switching between the textures of green and black contrast.
That's cool. I like that.
This block's existence is not yet clear. The most compelling addition is called the Box of Infinite Books. After it has been placed in the world, right-clicking on it produces, well, a book.
Slay.
It can be into a portal to visit the corresponding dimension. The title of the book is several numbers separated by slashes. With some experimentation, we can learn that the sequence is generated using information about the bookshelf itself, including its location, orientation, and distance from the edge of the chunk.
Okay, it's a code.
One consequence of this is that each box of infinite books produces one specific book infinitely many times, not a new book each time.
Okay.
Let's take a look inside. Opening one reveals that there are 16 pages of gibberish text.
Yeah.
Much like the title, this changes depending on the bookshelf. We can't yet tell if this is pure randomness or if there's some sort of hidden meaning. Perhaps examining the author of this book will provide more information.
Well, if you try to read it... Ooh, slay.
But the mystery is deepened further. The author's name has been replaced with a sequence of chaotic, rapidly shifting symbols. In vanilla, text like this is only found in one other place, the obscured words written by the narrators of the end poem.
Slay.
To understand this more, let's exit Minecraft and look at the game files. The player data file contains information about the player, including inventory items. By using an NBT editor, we can take a peek inside, and it is here that we find the author of the book, Universe itself.
Universe itself.
It's name, and it serves to pull us even deeper into the mystery. Now there can be no doubt that there's something special about this version of Minecraft. We are merely scratching the surface.
Okay, this one doesn't look so scary.
Welcome to Top Heroes. It all starts with a small fire.
Okay. Sorry for the ad.
Carried away, let's take a step back and see what Mojang themselves have to say about this update. The official announcement provides an introduction to the game alongside a YouTube video. It gives an explanation of how to make a portal. It also includes some funny bullet points. We learn that this snapshot does not use blockchain and that there is
when did this came out? I never heard of this.
It also has no bugs. Seriously, who said anything about bugs? But beneath the comedic veneer are hints of deeper things to find, such as the point saying that Mojang added deep and engaging lore using immersive environmental storytelling.
Okay.
There's also talk of Minger sponges, square spheres, and a three-dimensional Turing machine.
What's a Turing machine?
Video, worlds that seem a bit more structured than the average random dimension. These must be accessible in-game, but how? One item of interest is a quote from someone named Bartosz Bach. This is a relatively unknown Mojang developer. At this point in time, their Minecraft wiki page contains just 4 sentences.
Okay.
Here, he's talking in an official announcement. Bartosz's words imply that he was involved with the creation of this snapshot. With a bit of digging, we can find that Bach is active on the r/Minecraft Commands official Discord server, and it quickly becomes clear that he was the developer of 20W14 Infinite. We can scroll back in time to the very moment when the version was released, with the simplest of messages.
Okay, it was really far away time, bro. Like 6 years
carried
ago.
out by members in this community, with the presence of Bach occasionally.
That looks like an Among Us
The first example of this occurs mere
icon.
minutes after the snapshot's release, when Bach
Well,
sends a video to
can
the
I
chat.
play
It's
this?
gameplay footage. Bach opens a book in Quill and types missing.
Because I didn't know
Then
this
he
was
closes into the
actually
portal,
something.
recording ends just before he teleports. So let's try this, creating a portal to missing.
Ooh.
Upon teleportation, we find ourselves in the sky somewhere. The world around us is empty, or is it? If we fly around
Ooh.
long enough, we'll eventually stumble across something rather interesting. It begins with 3 beacon beams slicing through the sky. As we approach, a structure
Oh, so
emerges from the fog.
cute.
It's quite strange. There's a quartz base with glowstone rings. A pair of iron golems flank the sides, but they're lifeless. They do not react to the
Aww.
player, even if attacked.
Oh,
Beyond
poor
the glowstone
guys.
is a 3-beacon pyramid composed of netherite, gold, and diamond. Stairs lead up to the top. These are the swaggiest stairs ever that we saw in the creative inventory. At the apex is
Okay.
a lone chest. Within are 2 of a new item, footprints. These don't
Footprint.
actually do anything. Instead, they're a reference to a footprint particle that was introduced in a snapshot from 2017. But the particles were never used.
Well,
in
does
game,
that
they
even
were
happen
eventually
yet?
removed
Or
altogether.
no? I
These
don't see
footsteps appear
much.
to be a callback to this. The missing textures have been found. There is one final detail that's easy to overlook. Beneath the steps is a sign that says, "This is not a sign." This is an allusion to the famous artwork, The Treachery of Images. Just as that pipe is not really a pipe, this sign is not really a sign. Instead, it's glowing pixels on a screen. Missing is
what?
unlike any of the other worlds we've seen. Instead of random generation, it's been specifically constructed to match the word in the book. And suddenly, we see a path to finding the additional special worlds referenced in the announcement. We can teleport there if we know what specific world name to use. There's a dimension that's referenced in both the text and the video, that of a Menger sponge.
Menger
This is an
sponge.
example of a 3D fractal. It can be constructed by starting with a cube, splitting it into smaller cubes, and removing the center. Repeating this again results in more holes, and the process can be continued indefinitely. And apparently,
Ooh.
one of these exists as a special world. So what might
I
the
never
book
heard
world
about
be?
the Menger
Well,
sponge.
let's
That
try
looks
the obvious,
cool.
Sponge. When we enter the portal, we do indeed teleport to a world composed solely of a massive Menger sponge. Appropriately
Slay.
enough, it's constructed out of sponges. Back on the Minecraft Commands Discord server, it isn't long until users realize that the /warp command can be used to teleport to a specific world. No book or portal required. Bach suggests that users try /warp green, leading to a world
Ooh.
where everything is green tinted. Blue
Slay.
and red are logical next guesses, and these create appropriately colored dimensions. But
You
just
know,
a few
it
minutes
looks
later,
cool.
something far more intriguing is found. A user named Wacky discovers a dimension named Ant.
And Slay.
We find ourselves in a flat world of white. A sign at the center says patience. Beneath it is a weird block that's moving around. As it progresses, the color of the ground changes, flipping some of the white concrete to black.
Is he drawing
This is an ant
something?
block. It has no item form, and it only appears naturally in this dimension. While its motion initially seems chaotic and unpredictable, slowing down the footage reveals a hidden method. The ant moves step by step, and it follows 3 simple rules. If the ant is on a white square, it moves 1 step to the right. If the ant is on
Okay.
a black square, it moves 1 step to the left. Finally, whenever the ant moves, it flips the color of the square it was on. Watching the ant go, it's hard to escape the sense that there's something fascinating embedded within this system.
Yeah, it looks like
How is
it's
it that this
drawing.
ant, with just 3 simple rules, produces complex and seemingly unpredictable patterns? This is a question asked by Chris Langton, a computer scientist at the University of Michigan. Chris invented the
Bro,
ant
don't you
and
tell me
created
that
his
this
namesake
update
as
was only
Langton's ant.
based on maths
This
and
experiment exists in
something
the
like
truly
that in
captivating
science?
field of
That is so
cellular
cool.
automata, in which basic constraints can lead to extremely complicated emergent behavior. Some of these emergent properties are far more advanced than we might think is possible. For
Slay.
example, Langton's ant can actually be used for computations. A 2000 research paper shows how any Boolean circuit can be constructed by changing the colors of the starting grid. This ant is the 3-dimensional Turing machine.
You know, this is so cool because I'm learning so much stuff
But
now.
Langton's ant has an unexpected
I never
surprise.
heard about
If you follow the
this.
sign's command for patience and watch it for about 8 minutes, the ant will eventually stop its chaotic motion, locking itself into a repeating highway pattern. From the
Ooh.
chaos emerges simplicity and predictability. It is widely suspected that any starting grid will eventually result in this highway, but it's never been proven. We don't know for sure. By
Why?
this point, users on the Discord server are discovering new worlds at a high rate. Bach is still here to give hints. He sends a message with Warp Custom. This generates infinite stripes of black and yellow concrete. The sign
Oh
says,
my god, that's so...
"Construction, I owe you one custom world."
Like,
this foreshadows custom world generation.
the thing in the back, like, it doesn't stop moving, it's so
Soon
weird.
thereafter, a user named O finds the dimension named Library.
Sorry for the ads.
You're watching a toothbrush play Billie Eilish.
Ooh, that's cool. I like that.
This one is special. From the bottom to the top are rows and rows of boxes of infinite books, each with their own unique volume written by Universe itself. Between
Slay.
them are walkways and ladders allowing for access to each book, extending indefinitely in each direction. This world is a representation of the Library of Babel, described in a 1941 short story. Written by Jorge Luis Borges, the story
Okay,
describes
these
a
are
library
references
containing
to
every possible
some
410
scientific
book.
and cultural stuff. That's amazing.
Text, any imaginable piece of information, any beautiful poetry, any depressing monologue. It's all here. All combinations of letters would exist, somewhere. But unlike the Library of Babel, each shelf in this dimension holds not just a book, but a world. Every single one is the key to a new random place. The library
Slay.
provides us a small taste of the immensity of possibilities. For a given seed, there are 2 to the 31 unique dimensions. That's over 2.1 billion worlds to find.
Jesus
They're all
Christ.
somewhere on these shelves. In a certain
Oh
sense,
my
this
God.
library encapsulates the core nature of this April Fool's update, a deep commitment to the infinite. The mystery of the cursor block is solved soon after the discovery of the library. Bach sends a message saying that the cursor lives in the terminal.
Where is the
Takes
terminal?
us to a giant version of the MS-DOS terminal, with the cursor
Ah,
blinking.
it's
in place.
a...
Unfortunately, it's not functional, but it's cool.
Oh,
nonetheless.
it's
This
like
is
a
throwback to
world
one of my
that is a
more,
terminal, okay.
experimental videos about old screensavers. If you want to watch something weird, go check it out later. As more and more worlds are found, a question naturally emerges. How many custom worlds are there? Bach
I don't
provides
know.
an answer with this quote. Okay, so here's the deal. There are 43 special dimensions. 42 of them can be accessed.
Okay, there's one you can't
To
access.
this point, 9 have been discovered. It would take only 75 minutes for users to find the rest. Some of these dimensions are variations on the regular overworld. For example, slime covers the
Ooh.
landscape with a 10-block thick layer of slime. The busy world replaces ores with mineral blocks and redstone components. The biome is called Biome for Player with No Time for Nonsense. Another is the blacklight dimension. Here, light is inverted so that blocks look brighter at lower light levels and darker at higher light levels.
That's
Darkness
kind of
makes the
interesting.
world, well, dark, and holes as
Slime, so
holes.
big brain.
Decay is an interesting one.
Big
At
brain.
first, it looks like the standard overworld, but as we travel from the center, we'll notice the occasional misplaced block. The further we go, the more noisy it becomes. Eventually, the chaos is
Ooh, I
seen
like
takes
that,
up a
that's
little more than
crazy.
vague impressions of the shape of the terrain. There are a few dimensions that change the colors of the overworld, such as colors, which divides the world into
Ooh.
4 different tinted quadrants.
That's
This
so
is clearly a
cute.
representation of the Microsoft logo.
Oh,
After all,
Slay.
we do own Mojang. A
Okay, I
related effect
guess.
is found in the chess dimension, where the overworld has been transformed into an infinite chessboard. Another
Slay.
interesting one is Wall, which splits the entire overworld into 2 halves, a red half and a blue half. A giant bedrock wall separates the two. There is a single iron door connecting them. While the overworld variations are nice, the more interesting worlds are those with completely new generation. One
Yeah.
example is content. Here, we find a dirt skyblock with a tree. There's a chest containing a few items. I'm not quite sure how far you could progress with this, and I couldn't find anyone who'd attempted a survival playthrough starting in this dimension. If you know how far you could get with an empty inventory, let me know in the comments below. Speaking of commons, the dimension named Content is clearly
Maybe
a
if you
reference to
plant
how
more
Minecraft
trees,
is
then
used
you'll
for
get
content
more
platforms
woods.
and YouTube. For
Basically,
example,
yeah.
look no further
I
than this very
guess.
video. But this isn't the only YouTube reference. The Perfection World is comprised of an infinite grid of 9x9 cobblestone rooms. This is a
Okay.
nod to the YouTuber Direwolf20, who has an affinity for building structures in this shape. He even has a reaction video about this.
Wait, don't you tell me that they made a dimension based on a YouTuber? That's
One example is
crazy.
Brand, which has an infinite number of creeper faces arranged in a checkerboard. Speaking of
Ooh,
which,
I like that.
checkerboard
That's
is similar,
colorful.
but with diable blocks instead of creepers. Unfortunately, it's unstable and crashes often. The pattern
Oh,
dimensions, while notable, are nonetheless fairly predictable, but certain other special worlds feel much more weird and alien. Take, for example, Gallery. An infinite walkway is punctuated by helical structures extending vertically into the void. The strands are
okay.
made out of random blocks, and their individual heights vary. The result is a pretty unique visual aesthetic. It's as if we're seeing a glimpse of the artworks of some interdimensional being.
I like
Then
that.
there are the worlds that can only be described as liminal, such as bridges. An intricate network of in-stone platforms extends in each direction. They're held up by skinny pillars, impossibly tall, with the ground supporting them far out of sight. The sky is perpetually
Does the
purple,
bridge
purple,
take
contrasting with the
somewhere?
similarly muted colors of the bridges. Their size elicits a touch of megalophobia. Instinctually, we somehow know this place should not exist, and yet it does, infinite and lifeless, trapped in an eternal state of
Oh, that's
infinity.
kind of sad if you think about
There's
it.
another dimension that we need to talk about, one that produces similar feelings of limbo. But this particular world feels a bit more sinister in nature. Let us build
Okay.
a portal that leads to Llama.
Llama.
Upon arrival, we find
Oh,
ourselves
so
in a small room.
cute!
To the right is the titular llama, living in a pen with a green carpet. The rest of the room is bleached white, save for a lone painting of a sky at dusk with a sunset. To the left, there's a pair of signs telling us to relax and enjoy. On the
Okay.
other side is a window looking out to a blue sky. Except it's not actually a blue sky. Upon closer examination, we'll find that there's nothing more than glowstone and concrete. This window is just an illusion, the facade. It's no more
Okay.
real than the painting. If we keep
Well, look,
breaking
there's
the
a
blocks,
chest.
we'll stumble across a chest hidden in the back. Opening it reveals a book by developer. Inside, there is a single cryptic sentence.
Okay.
Nothing to solve. As we dig around, a
Bro,
chilling
why
fact
would they
becomes apparent.
write that?
This
That's just
room
so
is encased in bedrock.
sus.
Except for the portal, there's no way out. The entire universe is a tiny manufactured space, a
Nah, I
hollow
doubt.
representation of relaxation. But things become more unsettling when we switch into spectator mode, for we find that this is not the only place in this dimension at all. Instead, there are
Oh my god, so
thousands
many
upon thousands of
portals.
identical rooms buried deep within the bedrock. Every instance has the same false sky, the same signs, and yes, the same
This is so
lighting.
creepy.
These llamas will never interact with one another, and they will never escape. For
Aw.
them, their entire universe is their one room. They will never know that there are others just a few blocks away.
Oh.
A world like this begs for an explanation, but then we think back to the book, which reveals the most
Maybe
chilling
this-
fact of all.
I
There's
don't know,
nothing to
maybe
solve.
that's...
There is no meaning to this endless prison, no reason for these llamas to be trapped forever. It just is. The llama dimension embodies a certain existential powerlessness, the unsettling thought that maybe, just maybe, nothing matters at all. However, at least this world.
Yeah,
has a
I'm
way
thinking
out.
about
The
something.
same
This
can't be
reminds
said
me
for the
of
isolation dimension.
like
Upon arrival, we
the
find a
humans that
single
are like
constructed house
stuck on
upon a super
Earth,
flat
and they
road of dirt.
and probably
The
there's
architectural
aliens
style
out
is
there
that
and
of
they
the
never
villagers
know
with
about
two
humans
doors
and
and
stuff
gardens.
like that, you
There
know.
are two signs on the fence post. One says "Go away," and the second.
Look, this reminds me of Coward the Dog, you know, because Coward the Dog was like in an isolated
is a Swedish
house.
phrase that means "No advertisements, please." But let's just ignore the signs and enter the house anyways. On the main floor, there are
Oh, so
three tamed
cute.
wolves with red, green, and blue collars. Their names are Bob's dog, Bob's other dog, and their cousin Jim. Turning left, we can take the stairs to the basement. Here, there are several boxes of infinite books, but without
Okay.
a door to use them. There are also 3 empty trapped chests, although they're not connected to any redstone components.
Okay.
Ascending to the top, we meet Bob, a jobless jungle villager. His room is
Sorry, it's
simple
my
but
alarm.
comfortable, with a bed, an empty jukebox, and a few decorations. One of these is completely new. It's an item called a very fine item, and it says
Slay.
"Home Sweet Home." Despite Bob's deep isolation, he seems happy with this place.
Oh, so
His
cute.
life is peaceful.
Aw, so
But
cute.
Bob has a secret, literally buried beneath the surface. Digging down under Bob's garden, we find a double chest. Inside, there's a suspicious arrangement of items.
Wait.
Bones, rotten flesh, and a sword named Stabby McStabface. Hostile mobs do not spawn in the isolation world, so there's no reason Bob would ever need a sword. What exactly is this chest? Why would Bob bury it so deep?
Ah, bro, that's sus. No, I don't
We
like
can't
this.
help but wonder, was Bob always the only person in this dimension? Or was he so desperate to find isolation that he did something unspeakable, in too many evidence forever?
Bro, no way.
What was the dark cost of Bob's permanent solitude? maybe we don't want to spend too much time near Bob.
Yeah, bro, what? Nah, that's
Before
scary.
we leave, I do want to mention that the configuration of items in the chest is the exact same every time, regardless of the seed. This makes me wonder if there's some sort of code here.
Maybe there's
Perhaps
a code,
rotten flesh
yeah.
is 0 and bones are 1, or vice versa. Also, the bookshelves in the basement spawn with the same colors in the same order, red, green, and blue, with yellow bookshelves notably absent. Are the red, green, and blue wolf collars supposed to draw our attention to the colors in the basement?
Maybe, yeah, I
have
think
a
it's
sneaking
too much
suspicion that there's
coincidence.
even more to this world that we haven't yet found. There is, however, a place that more obviously contains hidden meanings. One of the shots from the Mojang YouTube video shows several inn ships in an array. This corresponds to the dimension appropriately named Fleet. However, these are not quite identical to regular inn ships. For starters, the cabins do not have elytra. The items are missing. Things get more interesting when we look in the chests. Instead of regular loot, each container has a single book entitled Orders. The name of the
Orders.
author is obscured, but we can see that it's a 7-letter word followed by a 4-letter word. Opening the book reveals regular text mixed with jumbled text. Each book is different. There are words such as discover, reinforce, destroy, capture, or find.
Okay.
Sometimes there's an extra phrase at the end, like mappings or modders or lost floppies. Thankfully,
Lost
we learned how to
floppies,
use
what
this
is
chaos
that?
text earlier in the video. Let's open up the game files once again and load the player data into our NBT editor. Upon doing so, we can see that the author's name is Deepest Lore.
Deepest lore. Slay.
Going further into the file, the hidden text behind the gibberish is revealed. Observe cheese.
Observe cheese.
Restore cheese.
Cheese.
Wait, it's all
Cheese.
No, not quite. The text in each book
I
is
like
created using
cheese.
a formula, a verb followed by an object. Reinforce toe shoes. Deliver mabruskis. Capture
Mabruskis.
modders, discover license-free mappings. Build Minecraft 3D, the lost floppies.
What is this? It's so random.
In fact, there are 12 verbs and 14 objects, leading to 168 total possible blocks. Despite the supposed deepest lore, I was unable to find many meaningful connections. It's all random.
Okay.
Nonetheless, there are some possible combinations with subtle hints. Find content could be a suggestion to warp to the content dimension.
Yeah, like I think that's like
A reference to the
um,
footprint items found in the
associated with
Another example is find banana.
I didn't
And it turns
mention.
out
Jesus
there
Christ,
actually are
I sometimes I
bananas to find.
forget how to talk.
If we look in the 20W14 Infinite jar file, there's a folder titled Nothing to See Here, Move Along. Exploring
lol.
this, we locate another folder, this one named Banana.
Banana.
Within are 2 audio files, bananananana.ogg and
Banana, nana, nana, nana. It's so cute.
These are the hidden bananas, and they have the sound effects that play during startup.
I never heard
It's
about
yet another
that.
Easter egg from the Golden Goose that is 20W14 Infinite. The remaining dimensions are quickly discovered by the Minecraft commands community. Some of these are funny, such as the nothing dimension. Warping there, we find, well, nothing. Except there actually is something. Teleporting to a specific place reveals a sign that says, "Ha, I lied, this isn't nothing."
That's so
The
cute.
chunk coordinates spell out the first several digits of pi, and all it took to find this was flying over 1.5 million blocks away from the origin. Speaking of the origin, let's warp there.
Ooh.
There are dyed glass blocks in 3 colors. The meaning of this is obvious. They clearly represent elements of the Euclidean vector space R3, which is a finite dimensional inner product space over the real numbers. R3 can be described
Or
as
is
a
the
Cartesian
thing that
product of two
appears when
vectors
you
R,
want to
noting
the-
the red, green,
when
and
E
you
blue
open
glass
that
rods as representations
thingy.
of vectors E1, E2, and 3. We can define the basis B as the set of these vectors. The
Like,
projector R classifies vectors R through R. The projector with element I and acted upon the basis of
Like
vector
when you
R2
open
is
that
delta,
special
delta, delta,
thing.
proof of which is left as exercise of the leader. Any further
It,
vectors-
it appears that, I guess.
Let's warp somewhere else. What about notes? Yeah, that seems nice.
Notes? Ah, slay.
Or maybe it's not so nice. Okay, yeah.
Ah,
peace
it's
and
cool,
quiet,
I
peace and
like
quiet.
it.
Where can we find peace and quiet? Tunnels. Yeah, tunnels.
Ooh.
Okay, it feels a little claustrophobic. Let's go to a different zone. Wait, why can't I see? Ow, there's poison. Okay, we need something simple, a basic dimension. There we go, basic. Ah, very nice, eternal maze from which there's no escape. All right, let's try retro. Yes, perfect, retro. Now this is a place where I can finish up my Vaporwave album.
Ah, slay.
I have the sudden urge to try new warps as fast as I can. Pillars, ooh, lots of pillars. Spiral,
Slay.
yep, that's a spiral. Rooms, yeah, there's some pretty big rooms there. Shapes, those are shapes. Sky grid. Whoa.
Ooh.
Okay, now this one is really cool. Like a space
Yeah,
right
look
here.
at that.
Such a fascinating aesthetic. Look at the negative space patterns. Hey, what about patterns? Very interesting. It seems almost as though this could be some sort of binary code. The squares are 8 by 8
Maybe.
grids with 2 possible states in each cell. And as we move in a direction, the surface changes in a way that appears to be binary counting. Sometimes, at least. This really makes me wonder if it contains some sort of message. Message.
We apologize for the inconvenience.
Alright, what could be left? Ah, yes, the credits. And sure enough, this has the credits of Minecraft, constructed out of grass blocks floating in the void.
Slay.
And just like that, we've explored our 42nd world. Now we've seen all of the custom dimensions. Or have we? If you recall Bach's message, he said that there are actually 43 dimensions, 42 of which could be accessed using a single word. This means that there is one more dimension out there. While the Minecraft Commands community was able to find the first 42 rather quickly, the final world remains elusive. The first progress comes when a user named Steve discovers a world named MyRobot. Warping
My
there
robot.
reveals a rather frustrating text.
You didn't say the magic word.
Yeah,
Lol.
this is a 43rd dimension, but these words suggest that it's still not quite right.
Hello,
There must
Shield
be some
Gamer, how
other,
are
more correct
you?
word that works here. Bach
Yes, you're
confirms that MyRobot is a
seconds.
collision, and in a turn of events conspicuously similar to a certain recent
Oh, thank you, Tiny Face,
the
thank
contents
you.
of the final dimension are encrypted. Just like 2Minecon.7z, it's
I'm
encoded
watching
using
this. This was actually an update I never heard about in Minecraft, but yeah.
But unlike 2Minecon, this password is pretty darn secure. Bach says that the name is a whopping 66 characters long. This is not going to be found through random chance. Although
Lol.
several users tried to reason their way to a solution, Bach makes it clear that such attempts will prove futile. This is
Aw.
amusing, but I already told you you're not supposed to crack it.
66.
Design some puzzle into
Yeah, like, what, 6, 7, 6, sorry.
In another
Sorry,
2Minecon
sorry.
parallel, the developer statement doesn't really
I'm
slow down
joking,
at all.
okay?
They continue to search for the key. Ultimately, though, no one is able to figure it out. They would have no choice but to wait for more information.
Jesus
It doesn't
Christ.
take long. The following day, on April 2nd, Bach provides a clue. Okay, so I've decided to give you something to work with, but I still don't want it to be easy, so I brushed my very old project.
Bless you,
The link
thank
connects to
you.
an audio stream which runs continuously. Let's tune in for a bit and listen to air.ogg.
Air. Are you sick? No, it's sometimes it happens, don't worry. Oh, is this ice cream? So cute. You know, sometimes I need to sneeze, but I'm not sick. No, that's not cool anymore. That's creepy.
Out of all the odd things hidden
Bro,
in this
your art
update,
is so
air.ogg
cool. I love the
is the most
colors.
disconcerting. The audio is,
Oh my
at
god, it's so
times,
well
downright
painted. I love
unsettling.
it.
A recording of a music
It's
box
so
followed by a
cute.
child's voice. Strangely conspicuous musical
I really
intervals.
love the red color on that work you made. I made another one. Okay, I'll watch it after the stream, don't you
Sections
worry.
of Morse code.
But I really like them. Are you gonna keep them? Are you gonna hang it in a wall? Are you gonna put him in a folder?
Bizarre fluctuating
You know?
pitches.
Because they're really pretty, I like them.
Extended sequences of seemingly random notes.
What is this, bro? It's so random. I put them in a drawer. Ah, okay.
Spoken in different languages.
Well, time to time I would watch the drawings if I could. Like, I have many books and stuff, and from time to time I like to watch what I did. So time to time visit your drawings. It's good to see it. I like to rewatch my
If
art.
knows when to listen and how to decode the message, they can do so basically risk-free. The existence of number stations goes back to World War I, although they were most commonly used during the Cold War. In fact, they
Okay,
still
why are we
exist today.
learning
Their
history now?
simplicity remains useful
Okay, I
even
guess
now.
this is good. I like learning. What is this?
The tones and music we hear are known as preludes. They
That was so
indicate when
random.
the
What was
message is about to
that?
be transmitted. And if we listen to air.ogg long enough, we'll hear a rather familiar prelude.
Want to strengthen your
and
math and
the new
computer
one
science
is called
skills?
Secret
Try Brilliant.
Move.
It's an effective and fun
Slay.
way to build.
Does it have some secret in it? Like hidden? Oh, I like this music. This is slay.
This transmission must be intended for us. Let's keep listening.
That's the name. Ah, okay, thank you.
The audio is quite different.
Okay, don't
from
worry,
most
I
of the
will
number
see it.
stations. There is no spoken text, only synthetic tones. Surely this is the information designed for us to solve. Unfortunately, this code is one where you either know what it is or you don't. One Discord user named Ursatz had the idea.
You know,
that
I
turned out
never
to be
tried
correct.
again painting
This
with
might be an
markers
SSTV
because
transmission. This stands
they
for
always
slow scan
mark the
television.
other
It's a
side
method
of
sending
the
images over radio.
of
Unlike
the
radio TV, SSTV
I how
takes
do
a
I
long
say
time to
this,
transmit a
the
single image,
paper,
sometimes
and
even
sometimes
more.
they got
It was often
dry
used
and
by
didn't
spacecraft,
paint
such as
well.
the Soviet
Maybe one day
Lunar
I'll try
Frequency and
again.
My Heartbeats from Space video. So what
Ooh.
about air.ogg? Getting this to work takes a bit of finagling. I did it on Windows using a program called RxSSTV set to the Robot 72 mode. You'll also need a virtual
Okay.
audio cable to provide the sound. Once it's configured, we can play the transmission and watch the image appear in real time.
What the? Oh my god, this is
What you
genius.
see is a handwritten note. It's a little difficult to read, but we can
No
make it
way,
out
is
once
this
the transmission
possible?
completes. This is a very long phrase that hopefully is not in any dictionary. At last we have it, the key to the 43rd and final special dimension. Let's open up Minecraft and warp to
Bro,
it.
that's so cool, bro. No way.
We find that the text has been replaced. Now there's a much longer message suspended in the void. Hello. Only purpose of this message was to troll completionists and put my name somewhere in Minecraft again. I hope it wasn't cracked by accident. It was obviously supposed to take more time than other phrases. Written during time of plague by Bach. Yes, lowercase because symmetry.
What?
All these worlds are yours except Europa. Use them together, use them in peace. Europa, the moon, sold separately.
What is this?
And this final message is the cherry on top of the truly amazing 20W14. What started as a series
That
of
was a
random
troll?
new dimensions has
This was a
morphed into
tro-
something far more interesting.
Okay,
In
I
this video,
guess.
we uncovered an ever-deepening wealth of hidden secrets and mysteries. It's only fitting that it concludes with the signature of the
A
creator.
planet story, yeah.
I think this video has covered most of the history, codes, and Easter eggs surrounding this version. But there are a few things that
Bro, I
couldn't
never
fit in.
played this
The
version.
official announcement has a section about bugs, nervously proclaiming that this version has no bugs. And the author is nervous for a reason, because instead they
Probably a
actually
mod, he
added a new
created
bug,
it.
the ant block.
No, they say it's a
You can find another
snapshot
intriguing
for
connection if you look at
Minecraft
the
from
pre-generated
April
book
Fools or
found in this
something.
update. There's a book from the Box of Infinite Books, the book from Llama, and the book from the Inships. Combined, we have Nothing to Solve, Deepest Lore, and the Universe itself. How can there be both deep lore and nothing to solve? Perhaps this is some sort of subtle commentary on how
Yeah,
you
it's
make your own
weird.
story.
I never played the April
Universe could be a
Fools
reference to
update on
the
Minecraft.
narrators. Or maybe not, but I did want to mention it regardless. I also wanted to bring up that the creative inventory is shuffled in the exact same way every time. I have to wonder if there's a reason for this. Even with
Maybe.
everything I've covered, it would not shock me if there's still more to find in this snapshot. Try
Yeah, why
yourself,
did they
play a
make
little
so
bit.
much work in an
There's truly
April
nothing like it
Fools
in the history
update?
of Minecraft.
It is so weird.
Thank you so much for watching. I've wanted to do a deeper analysis on this update for a long time, and I'm happy to finally have that opportunity. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed
Well,
this
for
video,
what
feel
I
free
see,
to
the music
subscribe.
has copyright, so this will be censored in my YouTube channel. I'm so sorry.
We will go ahead and end with that. I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day.
Thank you! Have a great day too! Let's vibe to the music. Oh, it did the music, Slay. Maybe one day we'll start making our own
The
music.
RGB on this gaming setup is
Look,
reacting to the
Manzanita
balanced spike
PC.
timer.
I'm joking. Okay, it's the most known for its random worlds. Okay, 2014 Infinite updates. I don't know what that this means. What is an errata? But thank you. Yeah, Minecraft made their own energy. Bro, I never played a snapshot from April Fools. Yeah, I think it's like cool, but oh my god, what is this? What is this? My god, why is Minecraft getting so creepy? Oh my god, but okay. Thank you for this. Now we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's watch this.